Communist China reportedly getting ready to bail out Vladimir Putin. The U.S. and NATO allies hitting Russia right where it hurts, as you know, with these harsh sanctions and the banning of Russian blood oil. The Kremlin vowing to fight back, saying America has declared an all-out economic war, but then Russia turns to China. And China could be tossing Putin a financial life preserver, considering they are, we are told, buying stakes in Russia's energy sector. So China will just, take up the slack for Russia.
Absolutely. I mean, these two guys think alike. Of course they're going to take care of each other. And you know what? What's amazing?
But are you surprised that they're friends?
I'm not surprised at all. And when he says it's an all-out economic war, Putin, it goes right back to what I was saying, and I think it was in the A block, when I was talking about the fact that who knows what new hurdle or what new standard he's going to use for, triggering him. It's an economic war, so therefore I'm going to be at war with all of you. But no, I think they should be very happy together. But the problem is that if we go to electric vehicles and all that, we're going to have some trouble with lithium and some of the other materials that we need.
See, I go back to the money thing. Jesse, I think China wants to make money. Yeah. China exists to make money and to get more and more powerful. This is very bad for business.
It is.
Europe in turmoil, yes. And everybody's suspicious of the other.
It is bad for business, but they're going to go in and raid all the commodities out of Russia. They're going to go after their timber and their coal and their oil and their gas. But after commodities, they don't have anything in Russia. And then you look at China, and you look at Russia, and you think that's disgusting. You don't want to have any association with Russia, and then you're going to have some guy come in, the Chinese, and act like they're sugar daddy. No. So they're going to face boycotts. They're going to face sanctions. If you're going to come in and deal with the Russians, then you're going to have Western banking institutions say, no, you stay over there. So they're going to have to decide, are they going to delink themselves from the global economy and deals with a pariah state that's going bankrupt? Or do they want to, keep propping up their economy with Western cash and at least try to be seen as a normal stakeholder and not some disgusting, communist regime that's bailing out a war criminal? What
about Taiwan, Dana? What about here? You have this island, China threatening to take it over the way they took over Hong Kong, but militarily they want to take over Taiwan. Will this give China the feeling that America is a toothless tiger anyway, that now is the time to take Taiwan?
Well, it is interesting that President Xi has this opportunity to see how it would go. So he told Putin that to wait until after the Olympics, and which tells me also Xi doesn't think of Putin as an equal at all. He thinks of Putin as subpar, and I think he also thinks that this was pitiful, the way that this has gone down, and that it looks awful. And we even heard yesterday that the Germans and the French were talking to the Chinese about figuring out a way to try to find peace talks. I think that the Chinese look at Putin and think, like, if it had gone perfectly according to all the things that Greg mentioned, that all the four assumptions that Putin had, that all of that had worked out perfectly, I think Beijing would have said, well, then next fall after our big communist meeting, maybe we just go ahead and figure out a way to take Taiwan. That might have gotten harder now. But one of the things that China will figure out, in addition to the economic things that you mentioned, is that the oil will be available to them to buy. They have a voracious appetite, and they've been helping Iran for many years get out of the situation with the sanctions of the rest of the world. China doesn't care. They'll buy their oil. So there might be a way for Putin to at least keep afloat in some way. But I agree, it's not a very attractive dance partner that China is looking at here.
And yet, Greg, when you look at a map, if you have a map at home, folks, take a look at China and Russia together. They take up an awful big hunk of the world.
Well, you know what? This is what's scary. I hope Dana's right. But it's not just the world. It's the final frontier. I don't want a partnership between China and Russia because they're going to need to be partners if we're talking about space or owning that space, because basically that should be ours. But if those two guys get together, we're screwed. But you're right. If Russia does end up hooking up with China, they have to be China's puppet.
Yep.
How can it be anything else? Because if they have all your bank stuff, right? Because they're going to do the bank stuff. They're going to buy your oil. Like, what can Putin do? Putin is